How has it been the last few months from the Indian film industry to a mainstream television show in the US?
For me, I think the difference was doing movies and television. It wasn't India or America. I think filmmaking has the same sort of language no matter where in the world you go. You know, there's still directors, everything is, the producers saying, Jaldi khatam karo, and the director's like, all right, I need more time, and ADs are standing outside your trailer. So, all that is still the same. The chaos is still the same. But television is like 9 scenes in one day and like rush. And it's physically just really exhausting, whereas films are a little bit more languid, So for me, that was the big difference. It was a big risk on many, many levels, and I was very, very nervous when I did it, especially because there was no precedent to what I was doing.
Since you're going into uncharted territory, there's no playbook, there are no success metrics. So, we call this fear of an innovator, which is true of a lot of entrepreneurs as well. So how do you actually deal with it?
You have to. Yeah. But see, what is the choice? That you walk a path like everyone else, dressed in suits, go to work and come back and never have a legacy, or you swim upstream like a trout against norm, and then whatever little you achieve is only yours. It's not like everyone else. And I'd rather have something that is my path, paved by me, something that is my legacy, my own self, my own achievement, than being one of the many successful people in the world. I'm a little, I don't know how to say this. People call it arrogance, I call it self-assurance, but I am who I am. You like it, great. You don't like it, I don't care. That's who I've always been. So whether I'm coming to America, whether I go to India, I'm always true to just who I am. If you try and change yourself according to thinking that, I'm going to a different country, or, I need to please, or I need to not be alien enough, or you're overthinking it. People have to like you or relate to you for who you are. You can't be someone else suddenly. So I've stayed very true to who I am, whether it's in India or here. I mean, as much as I can, of course.
Would that be your advice to people who are also moving countries for work?
You have to be open to understand and accept the fact that you won't know everything.
Right.
And people won't know everything about you. So it's an education. I'm enjoying so much educating my cast, my crew, and the people that I meet about India and achar and biryani and Diwali, and I'm as desi as it gets, and they have so much fun getting to know India through me, and me the same way. So you have to accept your uniqueness and not think of it as baggage, I think, when you come into a new country. You
also have a business venture in India.
Yes. I've always had a business mind. I find business extremely fascinating. I didn't get the time to do it because my acting career took so much precedence. I was trying to build myself to a place where I could be consistently happy that I've achieved something. So that took me a while. I always wanted to tell stories. So my reason for creating Purple Pebble Pictures was that I wanted to create a small production house which not just encourages new talent, but also makes or gives attention to storytelling where attention is not really given as much. Hence my choice of doing regional films. I wanted to start with that. I've done a Bhojpuri film already. I have a Marathi film that's releasing. I'm doing a Punjabi film that's on floor right now. We're going to do another Marathi, then I'll get into Hindi, and I'm doing English. So I want to just be able to tell stories, and my production company is not going to only be limited to India and just regional films, but that's a long-term plan.
So how do you select scripts? Is there something that calls out?
The same way I select the scripts when I do it. That's the only thing that I do myself in my production company. All my business, like my mom is the CFO of my company. She handles production while I'm away. And I have a whole team, of course, who does it. But like all the other stuff I make people do, but what scripts I've picked are mine. I read them, I vet them, I see edit, I know creatively, because if my name is going to be on something, I have to be on board with it creatively. So that's something that I definitely do.
Do you see similar opportunities in the US as well?
At least the way I see it. I've discovered both, and I think in America, when you want to be an actor, it is not just dismissed as, what do you actually do? You know, whereas like in India, people, when you say, I want to be an actor, people are like, yeah, but what's your profession? Like when you have dreams, I come from a small town, so for me, it was my daddy asked me for the longest time, "Kichha tu actress to hai, but what do you really do? Like what's your job?" So there are so many people that come to Mumbai city with aspirations and dreams which get squashed, and you know, they don't get access because our film industry is very tight-knit. It's very difficult to access people. And I want to be able to change that. I mean, I'm someone who's not from the film industry at all. I had very limited opportunities when I came into Bombay. And I want my production house to be able to be open about that, you know, to find talent, to nurture talent, to be able to give talent an opportunity, to showcase whatever they have.
You've also been talking a lot about pay parity in Bollywood.
I don't think it's a film industry thing, and it's definitely not just a Indian film industry thing. It is a global thing, and not just movies. The pay disparity that happens between men and women is massive, even in businesses, even in hospitals. Somehow, professional men are given not just remuneration or compensation for what they do, the professional services that they provide, much more than women are. For some reason. As a woman, I don't understand it, but that's the world we live in. And I don't know when it'll happen, but it would be great to see people get not just jobs, but opportunities and remunerations for merit. Not for their gender, not for where they come from, not what they look like, but for the fact that you can do your job and you do it well. So yes, the pay disparity is massive, but also I would like to make a point. I don't want to take away from the male actors who actually do get audiences in. So their movies, when you have a Amir, Salman, you know, on a poster, they make 300 crores. But when you have any of the female leads, we've just about made 100 crores. You know, just this year, last year it happened with Tanu, I think. Mary Com reached up to 80, I think. So the day, business-wise, the day female-led films make that kind of money or command that kind of money, we will get paid that much. But for that to happen, the audience needs to change their mindset. They need to say, we want to watch a movie because it's a great story or it's got a great cast, and not just watch it because a guy is in it or because a girl is in it. But see, it's a vicious circle. And it can't just be, yes, we provide actually, if you know, the same amount that a male actor provides in a movie, but we get paid less because when our solo films come out, we've not been able to command as much. So it'll take time. This dialogue is important. This conversation is important for people to understand and realize the hypocrisy of it is important. And hopefully, I mean, look at how far we've reached. At least our movies are, you know, people are coming and watching it. Female-led films are getting openings. Mary Com was one of the highest openings even till now of a female-led film, I know. And, you know, we're touching 100 crores and hopefully we'll reach 300 soon.
You also have a lot of social ventures that you have started. You have a foundation that you're running in your own name, which looks out for
Health
the women.
and education.
Health and education and women.
My foundation, though, that's a funny story, how that started. It's completely self-funded at the moment. I haven't made it open yet because I haven't had time and I'm just doing many things. But my housekeeper actually, about 10 years ago, I remember I came back from shoot early, I packed up early, and her daughter, she had 2 kids, and her daughter was sitting at home at my library going through some books, and she was 8 or something, and I asked her, I was like, why aren't you in school? She said, oh, I don't go to school anymore, and she used to love reading. So I asked her, Mom, I said, she's 8, why isn't she in school? She's like, I can't afford to send 2 kids to school, so she's going to get married anyway. So I'd rather send my son. She can help me out with work. I must have been 21 or 22 that time. It just blew my mind because I wasn't raised like that. My parents gave me and my brother exactly the same opportunities, if not a little more to me. But it blew my mind that a kid would be denied her basic right. You know, especially, you know, primary education is mandatory in our country. And that's when I started and I decided that my staff's kids, if anybody within my company needs, their children need to be educated, then we'll take care of it. And that's how the foundation started.
Do you have any advice that you can give entrepreneurs or people who are trying to break out of their comfort zone?
Well, it is scary. I will always say that, especially business, because it's a very scary place to be in. It changes, it goes ups and downs, it has so many ups and downs. But a very, very dear friend of mine and a mentor, Jimmy Iovine, who created Beats by Dre, he works for now Apple Music, he told me this one piece of advice, which I tied a knot and I kept. He said, to be successful, you have to be able to walk away from a deal. You have to. If you want it bad enough, then people are going to give it to you at pettance, But you have to be able to walk away from a deal. That's when you become stronger and you have more confidence in yourself. So that's how I've started living my life. And I guess that's the advice I would give all young entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
coming
much.
on.
Thank you so much for
yeah.
having me.